A quick tangent before we begin, because you know how much I love my tangents. So, many years ago, Sandy and I were on Once Upon a Child, and those of you who have been here long enough would have heard the story before. So we're in Once Upon a Child, and Josh was young, and so we would go to Once Upon a Child to buy him clothes because it was cheaper and nice to buy used clothes that would have been high-end and expensive for buying them brand new. But anyway, whilst there, of course, I would always look for Lego. The one time we were there, we found a bag, a package of bed sheets set for a twin bed or whatever, a single bed. And we thought this is fantastic because it was Lego sheets, actual Lego sheets. Little did we know, and it was a comforter. I don't know where that comforter is right now, somewhere in the house. Didn't read the small print. It wasn't for a regular sized small single bed. It was for a small bed for like a kid, like a young kid. But it came with regular sized pillowcases. So, and here's the thing, I haven't been over there with all my cloth, and I have this thing right here that I just right here, what I got from going to. It's a smock. It's a Lego smock that my friend Debbie made from New Brunswick. Thank you, Debbie. And they wore them at the show, and I got to keep one. I think I bought it. Can't remember. Doesn't matter. I wanted it. So I didn't think about this thing for a long time. This is the pillowcase, but the actual sheets, they've just been in that bin. And yet, I asked Sandy the other day when I finished up making the plexiglass for the layout. I don't know if I talked about that yet, but you've probably seen the video. It's one of my shorts. I now have plexiglass around the layout, so it'll stop, hopefully, people from reaching into the layout and touching and knocking things over. There was one moment I mentioned at the Anime North when, for a shock for me, I wasn't anywhere near the layout. Because when I had a show, I'm usually at the, because people have questions, and I like liaising with people at shows. But I was actually over talking to other Toro Lug members, and we're over there. And all of a sudden, a person walks up and says, "Oh, your train fell off the rails. It just kind of fell off." And I thank you for bringing me the pieces. And they actually had all the pieces, but. And I wouldn't say that person's the one that knocked it off. It was a top monorail loop little white thing. But that thing has run for literally ages without falling off. So somebody must have knocked it or reached for it, because you can actually reach for it. Which goes back to the plexiglass idea. I wish I cut them bigger, made them bigger. Right now they're 19 by 30. I wish I just cut the pieces of plexiglass I had in half, which would have been almost 30 by 30. They're 58 inches long, and I could have made them almost 30 by 30, which is a regret of mine now, but whatever. But I'm not buying more. Although, again, the plexiglass is cheap. But 19 by 30 seems to be okay, and we'll see what happens. But this brings back to the cloth. I asked Sandy, I said, do we have any old blankets that we don't really want that I can use to store the acrylic sheets in, the plexiglass sheets in, because I don't want them to get damaged in transit and scratch to crap and blah blah blah. To have them wrapped up in material with and just, you know. And I was, well, we have these old blankets, whatever. But then I remember this bin down here where I keep all my cloth pieces that relate to my Lego fund. And I opened it up, and there was these little tiny junior sheets. So I used those, the regular sheet and the fitted sheet. So I wrapped the plexiglass, the 9 or 10 pieces I think I have. I said 8 pieces. I wrapped them up. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 pieces. I wrapped them up with the regular sheet, and then the fitted sheet, because it was for a small mattress, fit right over it, which is awesome. So I'm going to use those going forward to contain the plexiglass. But of course, what I'm going to do now that we're 4 minutes into this, I'm going to start going through my bags of finds from the various. Well, I don't think any of them are from Valley Village, but I mean anything from Once Upon a Child, but from Valley Villages. But this guy was sitting on the floor. I got this at Valley Village for $8. bin. Now, there was a time when I had dozens of these bins, like literally dozens. I don't think I bought any new from the stores, but just by used lots, like garage sales and thrift markets, flea markets and whatever. I found them, and there was always pieces inside that I was remotely interested in. So I had dozens of these things. And people are always, what do we do with them? Now, what some Lego fans have done, and I'll show you this after I duff these pieces out. What some fans have done is they put a little 3 or 4 inches of concrete in the bottom of these things with a piece of PVC pipe in the middle. So when the concrete sets, there's a hole in the middle, and they put a hole on top of here and the top of this guy, and they use this for the supports for the stanchions, so they can have the rope around the layout, and they just have 8 or 10 of these in the car. That's a great idea, but that only gets rid of 8 or 10 of them, maybe. So this was a used lot that I got, and I bought it. I think I might have actually done a review on this one. I bought it because it has classic space pieces in it. It has classic space pieces in it. It has old cargo plane pieces in it. It has this guy, and I don't know if I don't see it. It came with a shark. So it came with a few pieces of minifig legs. Not too much else, I'm sure. It came with these 1x2 hinge bricks, wing pieces, windsurfing sails. So more wing pieces, the inverted 2x2 printed white. So not a huge amount, but enough that says this was mostly worth the $7-8 that I paid for it, minus 20%. So that's one. Oh, sorry, it wasn't 300. Because this is gonna be my wash bin. This is what I'm gonna take off the wash. And I'm gonna, if it gets full with this guy too. Fantastic. So that is one already. I mean, there's nothing in here really, just parts and pieces. I'll have to break that down. The boat that did not hold up well. It looks like they got magic marker or something in there, which is why it's going to be washed. This bin is going to end up in a recycling bin because I don't keep these things anymore. They take up too much space and I don't need them. So there's that. That's bin numero uno. Now I'm going to have to get in here. I was not prepared. I'm going to put that over there. Now that's sitting on top of a 10030 box. Underneath my desk. That I should do something with someday. Josh still wants to build it. So right now, this is my overflow bin of basic brick that I don't, because the bins over there are full in my shelf. So this is for my friend Jeff at some point in the future. And I will say that, I thought I just saw one. Some of these pieces are really, really old school with the old logos on them, but it's in my way right now, so I'll move that over here. So we get into, I just realized I have like 2 of these bins full of stuff. So here's bin number 1 with a whole bunch of bags. So I'm gonna put the bin down here, just so it's off the screen. And some of this stuff. Okay, so this is the Value Village find that I do not regret what I did much. So we went to the Value Village. It's the first time in a long time we went to the Value Village up in Upper Wentworth, and I think Mohawk or Fennel. It's over there, wherever it is. We just, because instead of driving all the way out to Waterdown or Ancaster or Appleby Line in Burlington, we just went to the one. It is the second closest one. Of course, our closest one's right over here. We get to walk over there if you wanted to. They had about 24 bags, this size bags, at $24 a piece. Again, with senior discount. I thought I bought 4 bags. I think the other 2 might be over in the next bin. So now this guy's empty. And it had trans yellow and trans green and trans neon orange and blah blah blah. So I cannot remember specifically. I gotta get it bigger. I should put them in there. Hold on. I'm gonna bring this bin back. Put it there. I'm not gonna use this bin. Too small already. There. So I don't know what caught my eye with these 2 or 4 bags. I think there's 2 more on there that caught my eye. So I limited my buying to 4 or 2 bags instead of all 20 plus bags. But let's just go through one at a time and see what, if anything, is cool about these things. Now, again, I think these ones are going to have lots of non-Lego, if I remember correctly. I'm already seeing connects. I've said this many, many times. In my past 30 years of going to Value Village and other places, that if I wanted to be an adult fan of connects, I would have an absolutely huge, huge collection. So this is going to be a quick sort. $24 minus 3%. So already we have insectoids. Already we have one of my favorite Technic pieces, and a blue 8. So there are Mega Block in here. So I'm gonna have to get another bin for those if I come across them. Probably Aqua Raiders, Aqua Zones, whatever, underneath the water. This could be anything, but I'm gonna say it's a uranium search vehicle. Again, here, lots of different things, including Blacktron 2, regular thing. This is the bottom, so in this is what I'm actually thinking insectoids, because this is the bottom plate of the electric lightsaber looking thing. Blacktron 2 again, possibly. Mega Block. Insectoids, fantastic. Anything. So here's the Connects. So the Connects is already going to go in there. This is, there we go. See, told you. I get them when I look for them. I don't have them, and this thing's been sitting here for like a year now. Also insectoids. Now I can guarantee there's going to be no complete sets in here because there were 24 bags. It was somebody's huge lot of their collection, and so not one. Yeah, so this is the Neptune base or whatever it's called. That's going to take me a little while to sort out. I'm just going to go through the cool pieces if I find any. Well, there's already cool pieces I found. I've never even seen that piece before and anything else. But it's definitely not. That does not say Lego. Probably Harry Potter. Possibly Harry Potter. So these people mixed up the Lego and the Mega Block. Sometimes you get a set that has Lego and Mega Block in it, but the Lego's put together and the Mega Block is not with it, but this one has Lego and Mega Block together. And I have to find my brick separator. I can break a nail. Usually it's here on the table. So, there they are. Let me just get one. There we go, because that's also Mega Block. And that's Mega Block. So the rest is Lego. That's going to go in there. Always cool to see, but it could be Blacktron 2 or anything else. Definitely Harry Potter. Probably original series when it had those little tiny vignettes, the chess set and the dog and whatever. Lots of. Oh, it's broken. So here's another one. So I'm thinking that once again, uranium search vehicle, but it could have been like many other things. This is Mega Block. This could be both my. This could be pirate. Is this actually Lego one? I think this is Lego one. Yeah, Lego. In black. More insectoids. Possibly more insectoids, but it's dark gray. UFO. So you're looking at this. Black torso. Yay! that's awesome. Can't go wrong with that. Again, insectoids. So this is definitely worthy. There's a really cool piece. This is definitely worthy of me purchasing it. A red helmet that has the thing, but I was looking for one of these for, I can't remember what series it was because I couldn't find a red helmet. It might have been, oh, for crying out loud, I don't think it was Virus that had the red helmets. I cannot remember now, but I was looking and I only had the printed pattern ones left. There's lots of insectoid pieces in here, which makes me happy because you know how much I like insectoids. This is a piece that I needed for my aqua sharks. I think it was the blue one. I had black. I was out of blue ones, so that goes over there. Making sure I get my bins correct. I think this one came out on a Harry Potter set, or a few Harry Potter sets. Castle pieces. Oh, jungle theme. I think I remember correctly. There we go with another torso. Yellow classic space torso. Excellent, because I have out some sort of thing. Another one of those. Yeah, so I can't go wrong with this at all. Again, pirates. Arr. This is. Yeah, I'm glad I picked this one up. Yeah, I think uranium search vehicle, and if I start finding the rubber tires, I'm going to mention again. I haven't seen one yet. Ice Planet. Ice Planet. Visor. Let me see if I can see any rubber tires in here. Jungle theme again. The pirates are maybe about 3 different things. Possibly not the Galaxy Commander, although possibly the Galaxy Commander, but also the Starfleet Voyager. Oh, look at this! Not the first time I've seen that. That's gonna go not even to the bin of doom. It's gonna go trash can. I know it's Lego. It looks like I bought the one set that has so much insectoids in it, but also, that's make a big thing. So many sets. Again, Galaxy Commander. No, Cosmic Fleet Voyager. Not Galaxy Commander. Cosmic Fleet Voyager. But also the walking grappler thingy that Dark Dude used in the Lego Wars movie. And a million of them in my layout. So that's okay. So I think this is back to Harry Potter. Possibly, I can't remember if that's the color that came in. A broken 2x2 wheel brick. Broken 2x2 wheel brick. Ubiquitous in my collection of your. This is not Lego, I don't think. No, that is crappy. That is crappy. Here we go with just a magnific torso. So I think, I can't remember how many bags, but Sandy and I calculated it was going to cost $400 to walk out with all the bags that they had there at 24 bucks each. Because that's like a 4, 8, 12, 16. No, it's more. That's more than 16 bags, so it's going to be like 500 bucks. So, but looking at these pieces, and again, I will mention that, of course, there hasn't been a single piece in here that I don't have. But there probably are pieces in here that I don't have. But because I didn't buy the jungle theme too much, use lots of one of those. Bionicle. Still no rubber tires though. No rubber tires. This thing always takes me for a loop, but I know it's not Lego, so that's over there. Lots of these things, the palm leaves, which is good because, you know, I like those things. I don't keep on meaning to do something with them. This was, I can't remember the toy that these things came up with. You could build like Kinects things. So maybe it is a Galaxy Commander. Maybe. I don't want to waste your time sorting out all these pieces, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, that's good for me, because when I sort classic space, this is not Lego right there. I'm just actually looking, Ice Planet. Okay, so I'm sure there's more cool pieces in here, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump these not into that bin or that bin, but another bin. That's like right there. And I'm going to this is going to take. I don't remember that color. That's not red. That's, I think, dark red. No, that's not red. That's definitely not red. I don't remember the wing plates coming in dark red, but I could be wrong because there's two of them. Yeah. So, oh my goodness. Now I'm curious to go into the next lot, the black one, like the same with the white one. And, oh, and the clear helmet, trans clear helmet, that is not Lego. I want to see if the other box, the other bin, the other bag has any rubber tires in it, because that means that it is a, I think it's full. Wow, this is that one bag, even with the Mega Block already taken out and some other parts are over there. That's a full bin. 25 bucks minus the 20%, 30% discount. So let's go into this one. Oh, I know I bought this one already. So I already know what it is. I won't be able to build it because I don't think I'll have all the pieces, but I will find out. So we'll dump this out. Timber pieces fall on the floor. Trash. Let's start with the biggest piece first. The boat hull. I took all my boat hulls, all my duplicate boat hulls to Bricks in a 6 a couple years back, and somebody bought them off me for $1 a piece because I had so many of them. It was good to get rid of them. Mega Block. Well, I'll show you. Ready? Ready? It is a Galaxy Commander. Dirty. Oh, I'm gonna see if I clean that up. I don't know if that's ink. I'm gonna taste it. I want to say an underwater series, but I don't think so. Maybe Insectoids, I believe, had the blue tires. Insectoids had the blue tires. Okay, so not only this piece though. Here's an interesting piece. I think of Pirates maybe. I honestly can't remember. But it's water piece obviously. More bionicle. But there's something else in here that I saw when I was stuffing it. That is not Lego. There's actually a few things that I'm going to try to find in here. One of them is, this is why I bought the bag. And the 4x8, I saw that earlier, trans blue. This is why I bought the bag. Just, yeah, I'm paying 25 bucks for a radar dish. Because why not? Put that over there. Insectoids, again. Technic. Blue Technic, which I am woefully short of, which is actually a shot. More. That is Lego on top of that, but that is not Lego and that's not Lego. Maybe the arachnid base is in here. I haven't seen the black quarter saucers yet. More UFO parts. The rowboat from Castle and or Pirates. This thing, I don't know. If it was a different color, I could probably nail it, but I'm sure my smart friends will tell me what's that's from. I can just look it up. Now, here's one of my favorite printer pieces, by the way. That's, again, fantastic. So, again, that's going to be Pirates or that other thing. So, but let me see if I can find that piece, because this isn't it, but a lot of people hate me right now. A lot of people hate me right now. I didn't mind juniorized. I did not mind juniorized. I thought it was good for the kids, and my nephews were so young. I bought them all. Okay, so this is a piece I've never had before. Because again, I didn't buy hardly any Star Wars. That is one of those guards from Return of the Jedi. I got eaten by the Rancor. What is that? That is the ugliest thing I've ever seen. Goodbye. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Again, more. So I think, what is that? That is definitely not Lego. And that is Lego. Not Lego. I'm trying to find it. Because it was here when I dumped it. I should have grabbed it when I was dumping it. I already talked about that piece. Yay! And that is not Lego. That's an abomination. That right there is an abomination to the planet. Let me just take that Oh, it's sad too because the chin strap's broken. But that, more connects. The pizza. Oh, where'd it go? I just wanted to show you. Here's the pizza. The pizza. Now, up here on my thing, I think somewhere. I can find it easily. Is it behind there? Oh, here it is. Love that thing. Absolutely love this thing. It stays up here. Maybe I'll build another one someday. Up I go. The pizza things here. More of these wonderful hinge pieces that I always run short of, especially in blue. This is in blue, so that could be a 6890 or a whole bunch of other sets. Plus insectoids. The arachnid surveys. Is this bionicle? That is bionicle. I don't think I have that piece at all. Bionicle. Again, I don't keep track of my bionicle pieces. Oh, woe is me. I cannot find the piece now because I dumped it too fast. That should go over there from yesterday. And that is, this is, if I know my stuff, and sometimes I guess, but this is the radar deflector dish off the, I want to say Kenner, the model of the Millennium Falcon, the toy plate thing. If I remember correctly, this is the radar dish off of that. Goodbye. Goodbye. Egypt or whatever those adventures. Bionicle mask. That goes. Oh, I should have thought it. Should have kept it when I was something it out. Oh wait. This isn't it, but this is something else. Vindication. But I already built it, so so I can't rebuild it. And I'd have to find 5 more. But my good friend sent me those tires in the mail because he was taunting me. I loved it. Okay, I'm gonna say that I did love building the 1593. I didn't like the build itself. I mentioned that, but I loved the building of it because I've never built that thing before. Look at all the numbers. I cannot find it. I saw it when I was pouring it, and now it has disappeared. And I honestly can't even remember what I was looking for now. Deep Freeze Defender. So, I can guarantee that there's hardly any more pieces of the Deep Freeze because I've only found a few Ice Planet pieces. I love the Deep Freeze Defender. It's not my favorite part of the Ice Planet, but it is a fantastic series. The color scheme was top drawer. It was everything about Ice Planet was awesome. These things were awesome. These things are what the elastics came on after I got rid of the other ones. I liked them, and then people started building these things into mocks. That was awesome too. So got that. Always cool to have. Not too bad either. It's a little scratched, but I've seen worse. So I will not complain about that one little tiny bit because it is. I'm not gonna find it. I can't even remember what it was now. But it was something that I wanted to show off to you guys that was in there. Scorpion from the Adventures, possibly. A shield from the castles, the lion castles. Jeff, you might want that. Mega Block. Because now I cannot even remember what I saw when I was pouring it out. I don't think it was radar dish. Some more trans yellow. Again, always cool to have. But I did find a tire. Maybe it was a tire. So I got one tire out of 2, 4, 6, 8. One tire out of 12 for a 6880. So this is 29 minutes. I'm not gonna. This is the 2 bags I'm gonna do tonight. I'm not going to keep you on the line whilst I sort them. That is cute. It's not Lego, but I've never seen that before. It's a computer console from something, but it goes over there. So, and it's against Star Wars helmet. I got so many Star Wars helmets, and they just sit there because I don't build. And here's the AT-AT picture. So obviously, I think it was the snow speeder, possibly. Out of these two bags that cost $50 minus 30% off for seniors discount, this is fantastic. This is joy. This is 100%. These are 100%, well, 99.9% the lots that I want to get. They are very, very, very few and far between right now. And when they do show up, the person, and I'm not judging because again, I know how expensive this stuff is. They want lots and lots of money for them. So have at it. I have enough, even though I bought more. I saw these bags and I said, I'm not going to buy all of them. I'm going to buy whichever ones really stand out to me. And we just went through two of them. As I said, I think I got two more over there. One of my favorite printed pieces ever. And so, but there is literally a lot of Mega Block in here. I would say right now we're batting about 90% Lego and 10% Mega Block. I'll give you the final tally when I'm done. This is all the stuff I pulled up that's not Lego so far, and I keep on seeing more. But I'm gonna do a thorough look through here, and I'm gonna put the good stuff over there, the real stuff, the good bricks over there, and I'm gonna put the bad stuff over there. And I will do a tally when they're done. So look forward to more videos of me blathering on about these bags that I purchased over the last bunch of years from the various, oops, that was wrong. Because right now I've cleaned up a lot of bins and I want to clean up a lot more. So the second I get these sorted out and into the wash and then sorted into the collection, and I can guarantee with the pieces I've already found, I'm going to find a lot more that are going to be awesome. So that's what I'm going to be doing for the next little while in my spare time. Nice big 6x16 gray plate, which is awesome to have. Yeah, I think a Galaxy Commander. I think that's the piece that came in the Galaxy Commander. And the Deep Freeze Defender. So there we go. So that's it. That's all. I'm going to keep on doing this for a while. Probably reorganize things so I'm not reaching behind me. And we'll go from there. But I want to bore you with me just sorting each piece individually, because that's what it's going to come down. It's going to be me looking at each and every single piece individually, and that's fine. I've done that before. That's also why I'm slowing down on the buying of used stuff. First of all, I haven't seen any lots lately that's within the area, so I'm not driving an hour and a half to get to. But it's the piece by piece sort when it's mixed in with non-Lego. Normally when I look at a bag and I see it's 100% Lego and it's kind of around the area and the era that I'm looking for, which is like from the late 70s to the mid 90s, I'll yoink it just because I'm going to find something in there. But lately, I would say in the past bunch of months actually, I think the last thing I bought was that blue bin because it had those rocket pieces in it. That's the last that I can remember buying used Lego from like a Value Village or something. I've bought some minifigs recently. I think I talked about those, and the bag was around here somewhere. But when they have minifigs and they were cheap, because I went off in that tirade, they wanted like $4.99, or sorry, $9.99 for two minifigs. I'm going, I'm not paying $5 a minifig that are used. And oh, just by my finger, I felt sad. That's going into Bin of Doom. Sorry, Lance. The Lance est busted. So yeah, so my buying of used lots has plummeted. Time and money. We're saving lots of money by not buying used Lego. I still look a lot, and I even tried to go on eBay and just looked at used lots, used vintage Lego lots. And they're just so expensive, and basically it's all basic brick. And as you saw, that bin I pulled out that's going to my friend Jeff, I have overflows of basic brick. Like there is not any basic brick that I need in the original colors at all. There's none. I do not need any 2x4s in any of the original colors, because Jeff's got 4 totes of them. And I'm glad he has them, because they're not taking up room in my room, because again, this is the whole thing. This stuff is taking up room underneath here. So I'm going to go through it all. I'm going to sort out what I want to keep. I'm going to put it in the overflow. Always like these. Again, Harry Potter possibly. The boat. Oh, so here's the second tire. Yay, both tires. It's like the 2 orange ones I found the other day at the Brick Shack. No, the Brick Shack is different, because you get to just buy the parts you want. You go there and you fill up a pick-a-brick cup. The big, I don't think I have one near me. The big pick-a-brick cup for $10. You can fill it up with whatever pieces you can find in the brick bar that you want. And the second one is just an extra $5. So for $15, you get 2 full pick-a-brick containers of the pieces that you actually want, instead of like random pieces, whatever. And so I really, really love the brick bar at the Brick Shack. I was there the other day setting up my layout, and I grabbed, they had 2 orange Life on Mars tires. I think they were from Life on Mars. I don't remember any other sets that used orange ones. But I said, ooh, and I wanted them, so I got them. So because I was setting up the layout in there, because I was setting up the layout in there, they gave them to me for free. So they said, oh, those 2 tires, don't even worry about it. Years ago, I mentioned this in a video a long time ago, but you don't have to remember. I went to, I think Jeff was with me at the time. We went to the Brick Shack, and Jamie had dumped, he had collected a whole bunch of Ice Planet parts and pieces for whatever he was going to build. And so he had a plethora, a plentiful bin of Ice Planet parts and pieces. And he finished his project, and he had all this left over. Like, I think I can't even tell you. I think I have over 50 of the small white tires over there from Ice Planet. I have 50 of them. As soon as I grabbed them all. Now, why I got them? Because I was going to do some sort of Ice Planet thing, which I still haven't done yet. And my friends keep on sending me Ice Planet pieces in order to entice me to do it. And I thank them for that. But when I'm retired, so right now, I have so many ideas in my head for the layout that I'm building, or have built for the last 2007 is when I did my first space layout at a show. And from 2007 to 2010, with Jeff and I always modified, so for 3 years. And Jeff and I used to do the spring show, the fall show, the Christmas train show, the hobby show. So about 4 shows a year between 2007 and 2010. We were doing at least 4 shows a year, where we kept on doing the ad hoc layouts. And then we said we're going to go to Brick World and bring our layout down there, and that was 20 feet long or something like that by 6.5 feet. That was also mostly ad hoc, but we had started adding buildings. Jeff's beautiful, and I think at that time it was the sloped with the classic space logo made out of trans brick pieces. I was missing one of those. I have to get all my robot command centers to see if I hit. So Jeff and I were down there at Brick World, and that's when I started. I think the show before Brick World is when I started building, started the tower, the actual tower. And if we bring this up, it was this piece right here, this front piece right here. Oh, sorry, they're here. That's the front piece? Yes, that's the front piece. This front piece, and it had a duplicate on the back. And then the landing pads were on each side in the air, about 20 bricks off the base plates. That was the beginning of the tower in 2010. So, but between 2010 and 2011, so from Brick World to Brick Fete, which was a year later, I built the general shape of the tower as we know it now. If you want to go back and try to find some of those Brick Fete 2011 videos, I know I have a Flickr channel about Brick Fete, the first Brick Fete that Jamie did, the tower sort of looks like it does now, except not as cool because the landing pads were just landing pads. There was no circle around them, and the tower wasn't nearly as high. and there is no train station around the middle, monorail station. But that's when the tower started going in a direction that I did not know it was going to go in until I got there. And then I said, this is going somewhere. So, but from 2010 to now, so that's 15 years. 2010 till now, the tower, from 2010 to 2013, 2014, possibly, is when the tower itself took the shape that it's completely with round landing pads and the observation deck and the cake topper on the top. That showed up at about 2013, 2014. And it has maintained its consistency, although rebuilt numerous times from top to bottom. And the last thing I added was last year. I added that other level, that little micro launch pad level in there, which increased it another 6 inches taller. And now that it's a way and I will say this. So I'm doing this while I'm talking. When I set it up at the Brick Shack the other day, I said I purposely not going to bring this thing. I'm not going to bring it. Because it's right here. This is the new level that I built last year. And again, as you can see, it's not fancy. It's just basic brick. No, it's got TransUL on it. That makes it fancy. But it's all plates and bricks and slopes. There's nothing in here. There's no greebling. There's no cool building. There's no snot building. There's no, this 100% basic brick on top of brick on top of brick. Now it looks great because it's classic space colors, but it is the most rudimentary, seriously one of the most rudimentary builds I've ever done, and I didn't care. It is, and anybody who grew up in the 70s could build that, guaranteed. So I'm not putting myself down. Here we go. I was actually short of these things, I think, the other day. So anyway, so at the Brick Shack, I knew I was not going to put that layer in there, because then the actual radar dish on the top of the cake topper would be hitting the ceiling, would absolutely get to the ceiling of the Brick Shack. So I left that thing at home, and I've only had 2 shows now. I think it was that last year's Bricks in the 6. I don't know if it was that last year's Bricks in the 6. I have to look at the pictures last year. It was either last year's Bricks in the 6 was the first time I had that layer in there, and Anime North had it. And Anime North was my first, yes, because Bricks in the 6, I took it down last year, and Anime North is the first time I took it out of the box this year. So only 2 showings, maybe 2, definitely 1 showing. I was already used to seeing it higher. So when I set it up at the Brick Shack and I took the pictures and I brought them home and go, the tower looks too short. So I didn't think I was going to like it. I mentioned that. I didn't think I was going to like that layer in there, because it loses the top to bottom symmetry at the landing pad level, the mirror image from the top to bottom, because now you have that mini landing pad with the little mini landing pads. To me, it removed that symmetry from top to bottom. But I wanted to try it. And my thing now is that I'm used to it already. Like the cake topper, I loved immediately. I loved the cake topper when I built it. I said, this is a cute little thing. And then I put it on top of the tower. I said, oh, now the tower is done. But then, of course, then I added a layer just last year. And so I say to myself, do I actually like this? And I was humming and hawing through the time at Anime North. People loved it because there's another focal point there, because there's no focal point there for people to look at. There's nothing cool for them to look at. And it adds more detail of people like the minifigs taking off and wearing the jetpacks and blah, blah, blah. So I'm glad I did it, and now I'm used to it. So when I saw it without it, the tower did look short. It looked like it was too short. So I'm going to make sure as much as possible that thing stays with the layout. I just don't have a place in any of my boxes to store that octagon snowflake. But I was also actually thinking of building another box. A smaller box, obviously, to be said, a smaller box. But I am trying to come up with ideas of storing parts that I can get access to easier, because right now, when I'm building it, I have to shuffle stuff around in the big shelves, because they're not. That's how they've been stored, and it took and especially when I'm sitting up in this tight, confined spot like the Brick Shack, it was a little more difficult to move the stuff around in a drawer and then putting the stuff that I didn't need back in there because there's no place to put the drawer. I want to be able to do sequential, but this is box one, unload box one. Like the bags of Lego that we get when you're building a set. This is box one, this is what you unload first. This is box two, this is second. So the step by step, drawer by drawer. That would be fun to do. It'd be easier for me to do. The one thing I realized after at the Brick Shack, I thought I had all the boxes, the four corner boxes arranged correctly. And so when I opened up the first box number one, which I thought was box number one, is actually box number two, I'm going, oh, it is the habitat. And the habitat is usually not the first thing on the layout. But I said, actually, this is better. The habitat's just one piece. Boop, drop it down. So box number one contains the rocket launch platform, the observation deck, the monorail station that's next to the landing pads, and some landing pads on the tower. So I said, box two, opening that one first was easier for me because that's done now. And then I can go on to, again, that's better. So I'm going to, I haven't looked at the instructions for quite a while now, the instructions that I made from Track Designer. Because I basically have it memorized now. So I don't want to change it up too much because then I'll forget how it goes. But I do want to make it in a consistent step one, step two, step three, step four. So and every step would be a box or a shelf that you have to unload. Overall, you empty the long boxes that have the base plates taped to the plywood. You empty both those boxes first because that's 8 plywood units, 8 plywood modules of base plates and landing pads, and those go up very quickly, which is why I do it this way. But then you get into when all 8 are done, you still have to go get the 9th one in that longer box that has the 2 shelves, the 2 drawers in there that have all my miscellaneous pieces like the train track and the stanchions, the supports for the monorail track, blah blah blah. And so you have to pull all those out to get access to the platform to put the 9th platform on the 9th module of base plate onto the layout. So that's a bit of a pain. So I do have these things in my head every time I've done it because I've had these boxes for quite a while now. I keep on thinking I should do that, get them better organized. Like box one is fine because that's just the 3 parts of the buildings. Box two is one building, you drop it down. Box three is the base of the tower, the 4-part base of the tower, which I'm going to change when this thing gets back to me, because I'm going to rebuild that entire base to make it stronger, better, faster, because it is so fragile as it is, and it's annoying that I have to keep on fixing it. But that's what I'm going to be doing. But it's still going to be in that same box. And box 4 is the diamond, the cake topper, the observation deck, well, not the observation deck, the air deck, and some other, and Jeff's rocket. And now the supports for the landing pads on the tower, they fit in there. Like there's so much air in that box, it's unbelievably brutal. But you can't build anything to fill those air voids in there that would fit. Like even that octagon would not fit in there. So again, I do think about the logistics of all of it. I think about the logistics of setting it up, of making it easier for that. And again, that's why I'm going to go with these 9-volt to 3-volt converters, because dropping off a Mindstorms or 9-volt wire and clicking it down is a lot easier for me. And don't get me wrong, Life Lights was brilliantly thought about and brilliantly executed, and still is my favorite lighting kit ever. But for ease of use for a layout, I found that when I had the 9-volt wire from the RCX or the train controller and clicking it down and the lights up, to be a lot easier. So that's what I'm going to work on as well. What the heck is that? That's not something I care about. I said I wasn't going to talk during this, but right now I'm talking. So I do have some great ideas, and my hope is, and again, what I've noticed now is I keep on posting on my Facebooks, and if you're friends with me on Facebook, that's great. I posted the plexiglass on Facebook showing all my friends that this is what I'm doing for layout. And a lot of my friends who have been doing shows for years now have piped up, oh, Dave, that's a great idea, but you should see what we have been doing. And I'm going, I like the mutual sharing of ideas. I think that's fantastic. This is why I do encourage the sharing of minds and stuff, because we don't have to keep on reinventing the wheel. There's lots of people out there who have been doing shows for a very long time, and some people are surprised. We have been doing shows since 1997. 1997, 1998 was our first robot competition. And so we're getting close to 30 years of doing Lego shows. Now, to be said, our first bunch of years was just robot competitions. But we were doing 3, 4, or 5 a year of those robot competitions in downtown Toronto. But that led into the hobby show, that led into the toy train and doll show, that led into the Christmas show, all the other shows that we've done, and led into BrickFet, straight into BrickFet. So doing shows is fantastic, and to do shows, you just have to listen to what other people have done, and so the mutual sharing of ideas and stuff like that. It's only good to do that. I love when people want to say, hey, this is what we did. And holy moly, these things are, oh, that's, I don't even, this is like glued. I don't know what the heck that is. I'm going to wash my hands after all this. That is all ick. Dried ick, but ick nonetheless. Now my fingers are sticky. It's like, so, anywho. Sometimes. Don. This is something I did not expect this. Look where those handles are. They are halfway down the plate, which means that this is type 1, 1x2 with handles, not type 2, type 1. And you know what sets the type 1 came in? Only came in the 3-digit classic space sets. The 3-digit classic space set. So we're talking the 924, the 928, the 918. Now, I haven't seen anything else in here that even screams. I mean, I'm looking for a 4x10 trans-yellow plate. Ooh, this, I think Robot Command Center. I haven't seen any 4x6 or 4x10 plates. Now, the 1x2 with handles came in a few sets, the little gray ships, which were awesome. So I'm going to keep my eyes open for that. So, and you people are saying, right now he's thinking that he should have bought all 24 bags. No, because he can. Why? But that is cool. Minifig legs. This is a cool piece. These things are always cool pieces. So anyway, I think about the logistics of it all. I think because my standard of what I want to do at shows changed over the years. Before, I did not mind, and Jeff and I did not mind together spending 2 days setting up a layout. We had no problem doing that, and we both loved it. And but it did get to the point when I got older, and I basically gave Jeff the big boot, and I did. But yeah, I kind of rode him off the island. He got voted off the island. It was, I would say, it's not my best moment. I could have handled that better, but in the end, I got to the point where I wanted to fly solo on this, but I still have his rocket. Thanks, Jeff. And since I was doing all the setups for myself, for my layout, every single time I set up, I think of a way it could be made better. Now, the boxes were a huge difference. The wooden boxes, massive difference. And that if I was to give people advice for anything that's a bigger layout, that doesn't come apart nicely, that can shake around in cardboard boxes and break, wooden box, don't necessarily make wooden boxes, but make boxes that fit your stuff so they don't move around inside. Because the cardboard boxes were brutal all the time, and I spend more time putting things back together than setting up. The other thing for me, and nobody else has to do this, is I tape the base plates to wood, so I don't have to set up 9, 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, 9 times 6. 54. I don't have to set up 54 landing. I don't have to set up 54 base plates. I set up 9 pieces of wood. And there's like boom, 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 boom. And Jamie helped me with that the other day, which was great. So just think about what can make your life easier on the bigger layouts. Like getting one banker's box and setting something up, sure. Which is what I do now with my moving art. I love it. And so I don't put hardly any effort into that one because it's just take it out of the box and put it down. But when you get into the bigger stuff, it's like you want to spend more time appreciating the show than setting up for the show. That's from my point of view. Your mileage may vary. You might have different ideas, but for me, hanging out with train heads for the longest time, they had some really brilliant ideas back in the day. So listening to them for big layouts, like you see those massively huge layouts now. I'm thinking the USS Missouri, and how long that is. But again, that I've seen them. It's just the whole thing's in the sections. The box is down there. You take the section, you put it on the table. That's it. Right now, you have to populate it afterwards, and that would take a lot of time to populate. But he has it down to a science now, and nothing gets to be set up for years at a time, which is awesome. And this is why I do like the idea of having layouts that are up for more than a weekend, especially when they're bigger layouts, that have a place that would be accommodating enough to have it set up a while. I think that'd be fantastic. So far, I've appreciated every single time my layout's been set up for a while. That's not gonna go. I always lose these pieces. I find more. Fine. And again, that's insectoids and a few other things. Well, there is. I still say it's about 90%, but it's getting to be a very low 90%. I'm going to 85% between Lego and Mega Block. But again, I can't complain because the Lego that is in here is fantastic. I think I've drawn on enough, almost an hour. So that's it. That's all. I want everybody out there to stay safe. Take care. And I will talk to you soon.